Okay, so for our last color in this series, we are going to make a green. So I want it to be a little bit of a lighter green. So we know when we're making a lighter or brighter color, we definitely know we're going to use some white and green we know is made with yellow and blue mixed. This is the last color that I'm making with my nail polish base, and as I get to the bottom, I might just need it to drain out a little bit. I just hit the 10 mil mark. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my base of white. So I'm gonna go ahead and add 3 drops of white for this green. I'm gonna keep track on my recipe card. And then I'm gonna start stirring. So this will help me get to more of an opaque base here, or at least give me the start to that. For this green, I do want it to be a true green, just a little hint of shimmer. And so I'm gonna go ahead and add a scoop of my green. And you can see that I have used this in my blue color from before, but it won't hurt anything if there's just a little bit of the remnants on there. I wanna get 1 full scoop. And I want to stir this thoroughly. You can see this is a bright, beautiful emerald green, and when it's mixed into the white base, it's toned down just a little bit. So when we're adding our liquid concentrates into here, we're going to be just adding a little bit at a time so that we can get the perfect color that we're looking for. So I'm gonna do equal parts blue and yellow, sort of like we started with the last color that we made. But you do want to make sure that you thoroughly mix your pigment. Okay, so now we're gonna do 1 drop of blue and 1 drop of yellow. Wasn't a full drop, so I want to make sure I get that one in there. And you'll notice that this is going to change the intensity of the color. A little bit does go a long way. Not as much as it would be if we didn't have the white. So the white does tend to bring it down just a little bit. So I'll just give you an idea of what this is looking like right now. So that's the top green right there. And I'm pretty happy with that green shade itself. So I am going to repeat what I have so far. And I feel like that I want this to be 3 times that intensity. So what I know that I need to do is times 3 what I have here. So I'm going to double. I'm going to re-add the white, the blue, and the yellow 2 more times. So for the white, we should do 3 more drops. 1, 2, 3. For the blue, we need 2 more drops. Actually, we need 6 drops of white. Sorry, that was only 1 time. So 1, 2, 3. And then for the blue, we need 2. So our original was 1, so we have 1 in there. And then for the yellow, we need 2 as well. Okay, so we're gonna give this a good stir, and you'll see what I mean by the intensity once we get this good and mixed. And so then before I add my pigment, because the pigment is a little bit heavier in our polish and we are limited to 3 full scoops, I want to check the shimmer and I want to check the finish of this. So I'm gonna mix in my liquid concentrates first because they're a little bit more forgiving. And then I'm gonna check. How does this compare to my first one? So it's definitely more green. It's definitely more opaque. I'm gonna add just 1/2 scoop for this. And then I'm gonna go back to my liquid concentrates again. So that was 1/2 scoop. And I still want this a little more intense, so I'm gonna add my originals again. So it's 3 drops of the white, and then 1 of each of the blue and yellow. It's like 1.5. So I'll do the same with the yellow to make it even. Okay, and so you can see in here that I still have the swirls there, which is what I really wanted to make sure that I kept. And it's just a little bit more opaque than the one before. You can see through it just a little bit less. So I'm pretty happy with this. I do want to make sure that it's still not see-through, so I am going to do the same thing one more time with my liquid concentrate. So I'm going to do 1 of each of these, blue and yellow liquid concentrates, and then 3 of my white. I think this is going to give me what I want. Some of the liquid concentrates and pigments just have different characteristics on how they show up in the base once they're added. And sometimes some are more opaque than others, so that is what I'm going for. I'd like it to be just a little shade lighter, so I'm going to add 1 more drop here. Make sure I document it on my recipe card. And that is a green I was going for. And I can still see some of the swirls of the pigment here, some of the shimmer, and it shows up just a little bit as swirls. If I did want to see more of that, I have another 1.5 scoops that I could add if I want to bring that finish out in my polish. But right now I am happy with it, so I'm going to go ahead and bottle it. If you wanted to make a lighter green than this, you would continue to add white 1 drop at a time and mix it until you got the shade that you wanted. If you wanted more of a yellow undertone, you would obviously add more yellow drops, but I would caution you to just add them 1 at a time and make sure you're getting the shade that you want. And the same goes for your blue too. And you want to make sure that you're only filling it to the shoulder. Sometimes you have to get eye level with the bottle. Sometimes it's difficult to tell, so that you don't go up towards the neck, because then you could overflow your polish. If you're looking for more tips when you're making this on your own, we have the QR code here, and that will take you to our YouTube channel, and you can see all of the tutorials that we have. So here's my green. And we'll be doing swatches of these and posting as we finish these, all of these summer recipe colors. And we'll be doing another tutorial for our coral red, orange, yellow kit as well. And if you have questions on what you need to do or how you can create your own color, just send us a message. We're happy to help you create. All right, thanks so much.